Hey everybody, it is LCid932 on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining me. This is episode 3 of Love is Blind Germany. Please make sure you hit that like button and that you also subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on all the exciting things that happen here. And certainly look at my shorts for little glimpses of the scenes of this episode and more. Now, episode 3, we start off where we left off in 2 with Josie and Gunnar. She said she had an epiphany. She had an epiphany, y'all. And he is the strongest man that she knows. Remember, she told him that, he may not be man enough for her or he may not be strong enough for her. But she had a change of heart. She says how he dealt with the pain was impressive, because she realized what she said to him was painful. And she's like, hey, he still tried to be there for her even after she really hurt him. He can and will catch whatever she tosses his way. So she's like, hey, I'm sorry that I questioned your masculinity, but you are a strong man. And Gunnar seemed very secure. Gunnar is kind of like, you got to figure that out for yourself. He never tries to impose stuff on her. And I think that's where she may have gotten the feeling that he wasn't strong. Hey, he said he thought she was about to break up with him. He really thought she was about to break up with him. And he breathed that heavy, deep sigh of relief like, whew, yeah, I made it. I made it. But she says her words and her definition of masculinity was very limited. He does reveal that he really likes her a lot. She doesn't even know how much he likes her. And when he leaves that date, he goes into the men's lounge and says the date went great. They're trying to tell us that Jabriel was there looking on the sly and listening. But again, we don't know if he was even really in the room. Now, Jabriel and Josie have a date, and he expects this to be an intense day of decisions, he tells her. And she says, hey, I love you all, but in a platonic way. He says, say hey to Wendy for me. Tell Wendy I say hi. She's like, I will, because that girl keeps singing your praises. I don't know what you done did to her, but she really, really likes you. So he says, yeah, she tells him he did a number on Wendy, and I'm like, what is happening here? Is it that he did a number on Wendy, or is Wendy just falling for it because she hasn't had a boyfriend before? I'm worried from our girl Wendy. I'm worried. In the women's lounge, Wendy's like, how's my baby? Wendy, I need you to calm it down, sugar. I need you to calm it down. But Josie said, hey, he was good. He was good. And that was the end of it until we go to the men's lounge, and Jabriel, he did not expect this to be so much chaos. What chaos are you down to one person? Okay, one person. Then Jan said he didn't realize he needed so much security and words of affirmation. He needs verbal affirmation. And there could be two things. Remember, he said he's a bit insecure. Everybody puts him in the friend zone. And because he's into languages, he may need to know stuff verbally. Lauren and Jan, she says her dad was her biggest supporter and she wants that for her kids. Now, they play a game where they're pulling cards and asking questions. I'm not going to go through everything, okay? But he does say he wish he grew up bilingual. Yes, what one thing in childhood would you change? And he said he wished he grew up bilingual. She accidentally says, now is it accidentally or is it really accidentally? She says that she grew up bilingual and knowing Vietnamese. And then she's like, oh, I didn't mean to say that. He's like, I'll pretend you didn't. Now, he shares that while dating, he has been friend-zoned as Mr. Nice Guy, and it's made him insecure. Now, again, Mr. Nice Guy does not mean Mr. Good Guy. Now, Luan says, that's not bad. It's actually sweet. And she makes him know that he does not have to worry about her in that regard. Now, he feels like he's talking to an AI girlfriend. I understand, Jan, what you meant. You can't see this person. You're just hearing a voice out of a box in a pod. So I see where that sentiment comes from. But also because you probably feel she's just too perfect. Jabriel is tense in the men's lounge. He's walking around, pacing. He's afraid of an engagement. He says he has a crush, but he's not sure that it's love. The men advise him, hey, just tell her. Just tell Wendy. Don't be afraid. Tell her how you feel and let y'all navigate this together. In the women's lounge, though, we see Wendy saying she has no doubts. It's Jubriel, 100%. She has no doubts. And it's like, Wendy, I'm scared for you, girl. I'm scared for you. Jubriel and Wendy, he is her first boyfriend. She comes in and says that. Did I miss the part where they became boyfriend and girlfriend? Did I miss it? Production. So Jubriel says he's feeling the pressure of a decision and he feels trapped. She's eager to embrace all of this and go on with him. And he does admit to overthinking. But I wonder, Wendy, are you hearing what he's saying? This man feels trapped. He really feels like he's not telling you what you need. Like, he is free to love you and this will grow. He's not telling you these things, Wendy. What are you falling for? Y'all, I don't hear it. Y'all, please tell me in the comments, what is Wendy falling for? Because I don't hear it. Men's Lounge, Dustin said he'll be honest and open with Yasmin, okay? Because her dating other people, Andy, brings out his insecurity. In the women's lounge, Yasmin says maybe Dustin is her guy. She's like, maybe I'm having an epiphany. Because, you know, he rides motorcycles. His parents have a driving school so she can get her motorcycle license real quick. And I'm like, Yasmin, what about love, sweetie? What about love? You're talking about convenience to your life. What about love? We see Andy has a date with Celia, and he needs clarity with her, and she needs clarity from him, and they talk about family, okay? He said he wants for his kids what he didn't have when he was growing up. She says she wants in 2 to 3 years have kids, give them time to grow and build together. He agrees they need to grow as a couple, and he asks her on a special date tomorrow. Apparently they have special dates they can take one person on, and he asked Celia for tomorrow. Okay? But then he asked her, y'all, here's the shady part with Andy. Hey, Celia, could you keep your excitement down so it doesn't affect my other dates? Excuse me, sir? Is she your little secret? Could you keep your excitement down? It's like, don't tell nobody you my special girl tomorrow for a special date. Celia, I would have been going in there kicking and screaming and saying, I got a special date. How he gonna know? Other than the other ones telling him, okay? You ain't got to be exuberant, but that rubbed me the wrong way. I'm sorry, Andy. You're giving me, ugh. In the women's lounge, she does go low key. She's like, yeah, date was good. Nadia said you cannot understand this if you haven't been through it. She's like, you can't understand the pressure and seeing somebody coming back from a date with someone that you like. You can't understand it. I can understand it, Nadia. I can. I ain't got to go through it, but I understand it's very uncomfortable. Very weird situation. You're watching their face to see any signs that maybe he made commitments to them. But Nadia, you gotta run this race your own way. We see Gunnar and Josie. She says, hey, she wanted kids since she was young. And she talks about kids. She's like, what if 20 years from now, all we have are memories, okay? And nothing else to pass on to our kids or anyone else. And it's like, dang. He's like, hey, we'll get to there if we get to there. He said he can never take this worry away from her. Gunnar ain't trying to convince her. Gunnar, I like that. Okay, Gunnar is not trying to say, hey, he's like, hey, I can't take that worry away from you. You got to work this out. She says, with the right partner, you could still have a full and wonderful life without children. She does feel safe and secure with him. And I'm like, how? He hasn't said anything to relieve your fears. He said he can never take this worry away from you. He's not taking the worry away. Okay? He's not telling you, hey, don't worry about it. We will have a fulfilling life. No. Josie, I'm scared for you too. In the men's lounge, Jubriel is pacing again, feeling the pressure. Okay? I think this was the scene where he takes off his jacket and he's just like pacing. We see Jubriel and Wendy. He says he feels comfortable with her. He says, hey, this is the part where you put your right hand on the wall and says, will you be my wife? And she says, yes. And then he says, we are engaged. And just like I said it, is how he said it. Extra dry. Extra dry. If this is how you propose to me, keep it. I'm sorry. Maybe you ain't got to kneel. I prefer it. But if this is as much exuberance in your voice when you propose, keep it. Okay? He says he's engaged, but if he's in love, remains a secret. A secret, you say? A secret. No, it ain't no secret, Jubril. You ain't in love. I'm sorry to tell you. Next up, we see Gunna and Josie. She gives him a lounge pillow, the pillow that's like knots all tied up together, but she put her fragrance on it. And he really loves it. And he tells her that he's wearing no-slip socks. And she's like, what? She seems horrified, y'all. And she's like, yeah. He's like, what are you wearing? She's like, I'm wearing shoes. I got shoes on my feet. I'm not coming out here in no slippery socks. Y'all, he walked from the men's lounge to the pod in his no-slip socks. Okay, let's add that to the list of vegan, Berlin, wearing the pants, uncovering ankles. Let's add no-slip socks to that list. Okay, Josie, are you keeping score? But he says he is all in, no safety net, okay? She says her doubts are gone. The tingle is there. She has a tingle, but she feels safe with this tingle. It's not reckless. And he tells us that he keeping a pillow. I don't think that was for us. I think it was for production. Like, don't think y'all getting back this pillow is what he said, okay? In the women's lounge, Yasmin says she feels like she needs to make a decision. She needs to make a decision, okay? But they never, she's never had so many options like this. And we see her with her date with Dustin. And she says, are you totally independent of your parents? He says he would be willing to leave his parents and move to another city. Love matters to him more than where he lives. And he can only see his future with one woman, her. Okay? Yasmin says, I appreciate it, but I want to feel like when somebody tells me this, that I want to run and jump into their arms. But she does not feel this. She does not feel 100% with him. Okay? She says, if I don't feel 100%, that means you're not the right one for me. Now, he says he wanted honesty. He wanted openness, and he thanks her for it. She's like, yeah, I got to listen to my body and listen to my gut. He agrees, and he does agree that he wants to be alone to collect himself. And so she leaves the pod, and he tells us he feels numb. Now, he walks into the men's lounge. She looks very dejected. And he walks into the room and say, hey guys, I need a group hug. And they all run at him. No hesitation. The men all run and hug him. He says, hey, I feel really bad. But I love that. Not that he feels bad. But the men were there to comfort each other through hard, dates and stuff. Really, really like that, Germany. Definitely. In a woman's lounge, Yasmin says, she says, who else dating Andy up in here? She was expecting one person. Little did she know is Celia and Naja says, hey, we dating Andy. Now Yasmin is freaking out. Yasmin, you should have done this tally and this count before you got rid of Dustin. I'm sorry. We see Andy and Yasmin. She says she feels butterflies and it's gotten so intense. If you have been on this channel, or if you have not, y'all, I don't like butterflies. For me, butterflies is like a traumatic response that's telling you it's time to run. It's kind of like picking up your adrenaline for you to be able to act, which is to flee. So when she says butterflies, while some people may romanticize it, I think it's like run, girl, run. He is the special man she's been looking for, and from day one she knew it. Okay, he says his gut is telling him that he wants only her, but he still has other dates. And he does tell her about the special date he invited Celia on. She says, hey, she needs a stronger commitment from him, and this dampens her mood. He says, hey, he wants her, and he hopes that she can feel it. Now, the song they play is Your Love is Gravity. Okay? He says he is 100% sure it's this with her or nothing, and calls her honey, and she really likes that. In the woman's lounge, Yasmin goes back and she says that the spark is there and it's only gotten deeper with Andy. And Celia is right there listening to her. And Celia is thinking, yeah, but I got that special date with him. She ain't said it, but she got it in her mind. Now Celia does go over somewhere else and tell someone, like whispering, like she has a special date with Andy tomorrow. And they want us to believe that Yasmin heard it, but I don't know. We see Josie and Gunnar. He says he has trust in their relationship. She reads him a letter that she wrote. Gunnar proposes. He wants to be her strong shoulder. Josie said yes, of course, and they are engaged. In the woman's lounge, though, Josie tells us that she is worried that she may not find Gunnar attractive. Put a pin in that. Wendy and Jubriel's reveal. He don't like her. I'm sorry. He don't like that lady. He walking slow. Like, do I really have to go here? Do I really? And it's given, if you have seen Love is Blind US, okay, you've seen the one in Charlotte with Clay and AD, it's given that when he is focusing on her body. Ooh, body, you look good. It's giving, I want your body, but I don't want you. But he takes her hand, not really a proposal, no kneeling, ask which finger to put the ring on, and place it on there. And she is all in, excited and wonderful. This girl ain't hearing nothing. She ain't hearing no alarm bells or the butterflies telling her to run. Okay? If this is how you treat me on a reveal, you could just walk on over. Walk on and keep on going. He says he needs to let this sink in. We made it. While they're sitting down on the bench. She feels amazing and happy. And it's like, girl. She said the ring makes her feel like an adult, like she's arrived. Wendy, do you want the man and a husband, or do you just want the ring? Question now for you, Wendy. We see Jan and Loan. She says she worries that there may be a catch because she really likes him. Now, she does tell him that she dates businessmen or golden retriever type energy because she's like that. But she does want an ambitious man who speaks with eloquence. Not as much as him, Mr. Five Languages, but... Now, he is worried that he won't meet her expectations. And Loan is telling him, I am not concerned. I'm not concerned at all. He said he wishes he could turn his brain off because he's overthinking. And she hopes he will get over it because she needs a man who is confident in choosing her. Now, he said he's not sure that she can chase any of his doubts. Yeah, you're going to have to deal with that, Jan. You're going to have to deal with this and find your inner voice, your inner strength and confidence. I understand, but you're coming in here expecting Loan to be the one to cure you. This is very interesting. You could be put in a friend zone real quick, and you are overthinking this, sir. You may lose a good woman. Now, Josie and Gunnar's reveal. Now, right before the reveal, I love shady production. Right before the reveal, Josie says, yeah, I haven't really pictured him, but, I really don't love a bald head. And then they pan to Gunnar, and we know he bald. She don't like him. I'm sorry. Josie does not like Gunnar. She ain't attracted. She is repulsed by him. And I only say these strong words because what happens after the reveal. Okay? Now, she keep leaning away when he walks up. She keep leaning away. And he likes them together, he says, and he has great faith in them. He proposes again, standing, okay? Is that how we propose in Germany? No kneeling? But they hug. They have a deep hug. No kiss. They're sitting, and they sit a little away from each other, but she does get closer, okay? She does put her hand on his leg, and she suspected that he would be bald. He gave bald energy. I said, ouch. Josie, first is the masculinity, now is the bald energy. But she tries laying on his shoulder, y'all, laying on his chest-like shoulder. Is that so you don't have to look at him, Josie? I'm sorry. I'm kind of toxic like that. I'm sorry, Josie. I'm really sorry. But no kiss. They walk away from each other, and no kiss. It's hugs. It is hug central. Now the door closes, and she shivers. I mean, a full-on shiver. Like she's grossed out. But she wants to tell us that she's comfortable. She's telling us she's comfortable when we clearly see the ooh. Okay, Josie, I'm gonna keep my eye on you. In the women's lounge, Naja has a fear that something is about to happen. And girl, it's about to happen. Andy and Naja, he tells her that they would make a great couple, but he don't think they should go down that path. Why you gotta say it like that, Andy? Why don't you say you made a decision? She's like, I am in the wrong movie. So he tells her that he has other dates and he wants to focus on them. But hey, he wants her to give Celia a letter from him to break their date. I said no, he didn't. No, he didn't. Nadja said, that's not okay. She said, that's not okay. He he can't even tell her himself. He can't have a date with Celia and say, I'm sorry, I can't date you right now. Why don't you tell Nadja to send Celia in? Because she's probably in the other room. But no, you're taking the coward way out. So he asked Nadja to be his carry pigeon to take a letter to Celia. But she does take the letter, but she ain't happy. Nadja's like, I am concerned about what Celia gonna think about this. I am concerned. I don't like it. Okay? Now she walks in and says, Celia, come on over here. Come on over here. They sit by the fireplace together and she kind of tells her with the letter. Celia takes that letter. She reads it down and she's like, a damn coward. At 42, first Nadja said, a damn coward. But so does Celia. She's like, what a jerk. What a jerk. Y'all, that is the end of episode 3. Please stick around for episode 4 and more on LCID 932 on YouTube. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel.